YouTube, y'all. It's your boy. Wah, 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 wah. I just want to actually talk about something. Me and Mama Rock were just sitting here. Oh, you need to go down. My, I'm sorry, girl. There, I can go. I'm sorry, girl. There, I can go. She's like, you got the whole thing blocked up. Like, you got the whole thing blocked up. It's not blocked no more. You're all set. You can go. Go to the bathroom. You're good. Oh, look it. I'm being bombarded by the baby girl. This is my bestie. Huh, baby. She's just coming and sitting next to her bestie, huh? Hello, Paula. Jessica, hello. Just chilling here with my baby girl. Just the two of us. Just the two of us. Oh, the babies. What are you doing? What are you doing? What are you doing? You're a turkey. You're a turkey. You're a big turkey. Yes, you are. You're a big turkey. You're a big turkey. Yes, you really are. Baby girl's a turkey. You're a big old turkey. Oh yeah, I think you are. You might try to, say that you're not, but I think you are a turkey. You're a turkey. I think you're a pig bull. I think you're a pig bull. You're not even a dog. You're a mix between doggies and pigs. That's where we got dog ham from. It was from baby girl. Because she's part dog and she's part pig. Thank you, Mel. I had a great birthday, actually. This was the best birthday ever. It was a long time coming. Let's just say the last couple birthdays were not so great. But this year was really all hanging with the family. Oh, we got some big trucks racing through the neighborhood. College parties are starting. Yeah, she's my bestie. Thank you. So, summer's coming around. And I start to think about Miami. And now we're rounding 30 years. 30 years unsolved, right? How does that possibly happen? How does something go solved for 30 years? Some years. Baby girl, she enjoys her life. She's spoiled. I just gotta keep her from getting into M&Ms and grape juice because she's almost taken herself out twice. And what the fuck is going on across it? I see some crazy lights in that person's window. I'm so nosy. So Mama Rock comes and says some stuff to me that's very interesting. There is video that hasn't been released, but a lot of other people talk about it. Like, if you do some research on the Hell's Acres case, the video that I recorded has gotten around. And I'll tell you how it got around. I shared the video with Tammy's father, and Tammy's father shared it with the news reporter in Boston, and now he shared it with others, I guess. But I'm seeing this on another channel. Another channel posted a video on Tammy, and it's a very awesome, very detailed video. And the guy who puts the video up, he's a local. He's from Springfield, and he has some interesting points. I'm gonna have to share that with whoever's been following the Tammy case. If you've been following my channel for any amount of time, you probably know about the Tammy case. Lori, I am doing great. Good to see you. Spirit Wrangler says, what's up, everybody? Spirit Wrangler, this is a perfect conversation for you. You've been waiting for this one for a while. You know, the kid that I interviewed, it was me. Actually, it wasn't even me that interviewed him. It was Lucid. What the fuck? Good girl. Good girl. That's a good girl. Watch the bad people. You get them bad people. Good girl. Good girl. Who's that? Who's that? Watch. Good girl. Good girl. That's a good girl. What you doing? Protecting everybody? Oh yeah, you're a good girl. So Lucid does a video, and she interviews a kid from the neighborhood. And the kid from the neighborhood has some really fucking interesting news, right? For one, he has like information that's never been shared throughout all these years. And what I have just the smallest question. Why is it me that's interviewing this kid and not the Springfield police? And then on top of that, when this kid comes forward with information, which is really interesting, he explains how he provided Tammy with a knife the night of her disappearance. That's important news, don't you think? And this kid, he's not a kid now, he's well into his 40s. He has all this information where he's letting us know that he knifed that night. So he must have been worried for her. He must have heard something if he was to give her a knife. Now here, my mom pointed out, why did he tell us about the knife, right? Why? Well, I'll tell you why. Because the knife was actually found. There was actually a knife found on Tammy, and he describes the knife, and in fact, he describes the knife pretty perfectly, so to say. And I believe him. I believe the kid when he says he gave her the knife, right? At least I believe that the knife was there, right? So now we got this kid saying he was giving her a knife. He must have been worried about her. Who was he worried about? Well, he explains exactly who he was worried about. Huh. So, he's now come forward with all this information. Why is it that there's no police that ever talked to this kid? In fact, he's pretty much come out and straight up said, this person, and this person were there. What's up, Eddie and Jen? Jen and Eddie. Jen's probably always like, why does everybody got to say Eddie first? And we've got it typed as Jen and Eddie. How you guys doing tonight? Just figures. Let me go inside and see if we can get this shit to work a little bit better. Come on. Who's out here? Come on, baby. Come on. Come here, girl. Come on. I know you're having fun out here. Come on. Let's go. It's okay. Come on. Come on. You staying outside or what? Let's go. It's the neighbors. It's the college kids. They always party. You're gonna have to look. Come on. Let's go. She's never seen the college kids before. Go inside, please. Go. Go. Get your butt inside. Go. What are you waiting for? Go your ass inside. What are you waiting for? Let's go. Come on. Come on. I'm not going that way, stupid. Let's go. Ooh, you fucker. You fucker, you. Come on. Let's go. Come on. Get your ass in here. Why are you so difficult? Oh, I knew I had to turn the damn camera on you and it would... Then you would listen. Alright, move your ass. There must be somebody out front of my house. What? Yeah, Chico's in. She's not happy. Good girl. She is a good guard dog. She literally doesn't leave my side. I'm gonna try to fix it. Hopefully it'll stop lagging out. Let's see here. Can we get the live stream to work? That is the question.
They are.
It's going. It's going. Oh, shit. Well, it was working until I dropped it. Doing great now. Alright, good. Alright, cool. So, no, you didn't upset me for saying something about it. It upsets me that it lags and I'm trying to speak and it cuts out and I'm trying to explain something. And so it kind of sucks when that happens. But what I was trying to say is this kid that did this interview, he explains how he gave a knife to Tammy the night she disappeared. This is new information. This is not like just something you just forget about. It's new information. Not only that, this kid was never interviewed originally. The stuff that he has to say is very interesting. He places multiple people at the scene with Tammy that night. Then not only this, why did he give Tammy a knife if he wasn't worried that she was going to be killed that night? Like, see, that don't add up. You don't just go giving somebody a knife. And see, another thing that doesn't add up is he described the knife perfectly. Perfectly. That's not information that was ever released. I think that kid was there. He knows who else was there. Most of those people have committed suicide. I now do believe that it was a group of kids that murdered Tammy. I don't believe it was one person. I believe it was a few. I believe the gentleman that we interviewed, I believe he was telling the truth. And why don't the police go and interview him? Why? That's my question, is why do the Springfield detectives not go and talk to this kid for a murder? It's a fucking murder. What did the knife look like? According to Jeff, this knife was a razor knife. I'd have to pull up the video. I don't want to speak out of turn. He does very much describe the knife. Lucid was a police officer. That was her profession. She used to be a police officer. So she's very good at interviewing people. She's better at interviewing than I am. She's been trained to do so. And so all the stuff that she says, not that she says, all the stuff that she gets him to say is more than interesting. So it just came to my attention recently because there's a lot of other people making videos about this now. There's a gentleman that just put up a video. He's from Springfield, and he makes a lot of good points in this video. And so I'm gonna have to share that with you guys somehow. I think I'll put it up on my my X. But here's the thing. That kid is still around. He's got information. He's got information that nobody has. Isn't he worth at least being talked to? And then here's something else that I thought was just very strange. And I didn't learn this until just recently. I believe it was Allison that pointed this out to me. Tammy's body was never transported in a coroner's van. Her body, the bones and the remains, were just picked up and put into a police car. Isn't that a breach of protocol somewhere? Isn't there some sort of protocol in a murder? See, that's the other thing. It's never been classified as murder. Since day one, it was undetermined. So when it falls into undetermined, it's not a murder investigation. See, that's the reason I haven't been in trouble for tooling around over there, because I'm not interfering with an investigation. I'm not even at a crime scene, because it's not even considered a fucking crime scene. You're telling me that this girl was just walking down the street and fell over and died in the fucking woods with a knife, like her throat was slashed by natural causes? And then there's also a story that's told about her throat being sliced, which is literally a story of how she died, the way in which her life was ended. Why is this kid not being interviewed? Who is he? He can be easily found. I'm not going to release his information because that's not fair. I will just say that he is somebody of interest who was interviewed, and there's a video that I made, and the video is going around. The thing is right before the video, this stuff was going up to national news. And right before it was going to happen, Tammy's father passed away. Natural causes. He got sick and he passed away. But all the work that he had been doing with that guy in Boston all got put on the back burner. He died. He did 99% of the work. The father did. For somebody who was considered to be a suspect, the father did a hell of a lot of fucking work to try to figure out who killed his daughter to be a suspect. I met Mr. Lynds. I didn't get that from him. Now, that's just my opinion. I'm not a cop. I'm not a psychologist. I'm not trained. I'm not none of this shit. But just my feeling, my gut feeling still to this day is that Mr. Lynds had nothing to do with his daughter's disappearance. In fact, I think that destroyed Mr. Lynds. I think that destroyed his entire life. Everything that he loved about life ended when he lost his daughter. I really liked Mr. Lynds. I could be wrong. I could be 100% wrong. I'm not trained in these things. All I know is I started making videos about ghosts 9 years ago, and a little girl came through to me for some reason and started telling me, "You want to hear something pretty funny?" The very first name that I ever got, the very first name where I say, "Tammy, who would you like me to find?" She gives me a specific name, okay? That specific name, I'm not going to say it, but that's the person that this kid in the videotape points his finger at. He points his finger at that person. The very first name that came out. It's just strange. And I also think, who shared that story that sounds so gruesome? I've heard that story from a few sources, but I believe the original source of that story came from that video. And the story was that they were jumping her and they were beating her, and then somebody went up and ended her life by cutting her throat. I heard that a couple times from a couple places. I don't want to, I don't want to say something that's not true. But I do have these videos. We can go back and look at them. The best places to get information about this, Hell's Acres. The Hell's Acres blog. There's a gentleman, he was from Boston News, I believe, and he's very vocal about this stuff. There's also another gentleman who was her friend and was also accused of killing her for years and years. And he's very vocal, and he's a big proponent for trying to find who did this. Now, a killer could try to fool people and look for himself. These people were affected by this stuff. This stuff really affected their lives. They just want answers. That's the way I look at it. That's the way I see it from the outside, because I am an outsider, a complete outsider. You know, it's really messed up that I know pretty much every single suspect. I personally know them. I've personally sat down with them. I know their families. I know where they lived. It's a small neighborhood. The only person I did not know was Tammy herself. So, The people that are suspected of killing Tammy, I know them. All the people involved, I know them. Tammy was the only one that I never met. I was 12 years old when she passed, so I would have been younger. I wasn't in that crowd yet, the older crowd. Who is he? He was her neighbor. He was her neighbor from down the street, and they were neighbors for years and years. And the way he explains it is he was enamored with her. He had a very deep crush on her. And he says this in the video. I am going to have to revisit this. I am starting to make videos again. These videos are a little bit easier because they're more based on facts, and I can just go back and look, like piece the stuff together and give you guys what I have. I don't know. A lot of the paranormal stuff, it put me through the ringer. It really did. It wasn't easy all those years. It started off like a roller coaster. Like the beginning, all the messages that came from Tammy in the beginning were so driven. Like, I could tell she was happy to finally have somebody listening to her. I can tell her voice. I never met this girl in life, ever. Never, never, never. But when I hear what I believe her voice is over the radio, that's it. That's her. I could tell. I truly believe in this stuff. I believe that the paranormal has brought me to this case. And hopefully for a reason. I hope something comes of this. Because it's said that it's coming up on 30 years. 30 years. Every time there's a murder that's spoken about around here, Molly Bish, any of the other cases around here, they mention every other case and then nothing about Tammy's case. Not even a mention. Why is it that she doesn't even get a mention? It seems that a lot of this stuff was swept under the carpet. Were one of these children related to a police officer? And according to the kid in the video, there's at least 4 or 5 of them. So this is a small town. This is a small neighborhood. Especially back then, back in the 90s, 1994. Four families in the same neighborhood working together against one. Yeah, I could see how that can go bad for the Lynds family. I believe Tammy was killed out of jealousy. I believe it was over a boy. I believe Tammy was seeing a boy that another girl was interested in. I believe that other girl was jealous and wanted to harm Tammy. And my theory, my working theory is that this girl and her friends set out to trap Tammy, hold her against her will, beat her and torture her, and then finally killed her. A lot of the stuff that this kid says contradicts a lot of different stuff. And then I have recordings of another kid that was mentioned. His name is Jason, right? Jason passed away a year and a half ago. But shortly before he passed away, he was on a phone call with Mama Rock and Allison. And he mentions being with Tammy days after she disappeared. See, a lot of people think that Tammy was alive for a few days after she left. That she wasn't murdered right away. That may be the case. She may have been being held against her will. I hope one day something comes of this. The police definitely need to Why haven't the police even reached out to me? Think about it. I'm pretty fucking weird. I make videos about a girl who was... I understand that it's not like the biggest thing, but still, the police should be doing their job. And they don't do their job. Why is it that this little girl doesn't deserve the same as any other citizen? Her father worked his ass off. Her father worked his ass off for the city. He worked for the city for years and years. In fact, that could have made him a target because he worked for the city. He wasn't really liked by certain figures in the city because of the position he held. It's a really crazy story. So, I hope that... I don't know what I hope. I really don't know what I hope. I pray for justice. I pray for answers for Tammy's family, for Allison, and for her extended family. Her father's with her now in heaven. So, that's it. I just wanted to get that off my chest. I think that the ball has been dropped. I'm going to put it out there to the Springfield Police Department. Are you guys going to do anything? Are you going to do anything at all? Are you going to even attempt to do your job? Do we live in a city that condones murderers of children? Do we live in a city that lets them go? Lets them free? Is that the city that we live in? I'm asking the question to the district attorney of Springfield. The same question goes to you. Do we not investigate murders of 15-year-old girls? Do we sweep that under the carpet? Or do we find out that there's something that may rub somebody's the wrong way, and that's why it's not ever looked at? I'll tell you what, I can be contacted easily. So can't the gentleman from the Hell's Acres blog. He's more than available. I've talked to him many times. Also, Ricky is more than happy to be interviewed. He was actually the boy that Tammy was supposed to meet that night. Ricky's still searching for answers. He's willing to talk. We have all these people willing to talk. But nobody does nothing. And now Mr. Lynds passed away. And I fear that now that Mr. Lynds is gone, nobody's going to do anything. It's just going to be forgotten now. That's not right. That's not cool. Mm-mm. When I was growing up, that's the reason I wanted to be a police officer. Things didn't go the right way for me. I ended up on the wrong side of things. So now, like, I tried to do a little bit to help, a little bit to offset some of the knuckleheaded shit that I did as a kid. I don't know. I just put those questions out there to the officials in Springfield. I just have that one question. Do you care at all? If the answer is no, just say that. Just give us a public note. We're never gonna care. We're never gonna investigate this. I've been threatened over this. I've gotten multiple threats. I've gotten threats in my messages. I was told in the messages of my video that I've stumbled on Springfield's dirty little secret. Lou, you better be careful. You've stumbled upon Springfield's dirty little secret. Here's the thing. There's cameras over there on Fox Road right now. I know there is. How do I know that there's cameras? Because I was over there looking around, filming, and who shows up? The Parks Department shows up first because he's the one who is looking at the video. Then right behind the Parks Department comes the police. Police look at the Parks Department. They don't even look at me. They look at the guy from the Parks Department. Police officer looks at him, says, "Hey, what's up?" The guy from the Parks Department goes, "Yeah, we're all set here." Because the guy from the Parks Department gets out and he says to me, "What are you doing here? Are you dumping?" Because that's all he thought, is that I was dumping. And I'm like, "Nah, man, I'm making a video about a girl who was found here years ago." And he's like, "Oh." So they're watching that place like hawks for dumping. I'm pretty sure they've been watching that place for a while like that. And also, there's one more thing before I go. I need to share this as well. There's one more gentleman in this whole thing that goes unmentioned and goes unpunished as well, right? His name is Paul. And I will talk about him. I'll out him in every way, shape, or form possible. And Paul used to be a police officer right here in this neighborhood. And Paul, his police car was a white Crown Victoria. Well, years ago, there was a little girl named Molly Bish who was murdered in Palmer. She was a lifeguard. And the witnesses at the pond that she went missing at, they drew a picture. They had a rendering made, and that person from the rendering was in a white Crown Victoria. So now, shortly after Molly Bish goes missing, this gentleman, Paul, his car sets ablaze in his driveway. This is all public record. Like, the police can go back and look at this stuff. Everything I'm saying is true. So Paul's car burns in his driveway shortly after Molly Bish goes missing. Now, why is that? Why is his car burning in his driveway? That's just kind of odd, right? All right. So, but what happens with Paul is Paul's sexually assaulting girls in the neighborhood. And he attacks a little girl that has a disability. And he tells this little girl that if he goes to the police, that he'll just say that, let's just say he said something very mean. I don't even want to repeat it. So he threatens this little girl, saying, if you go to the authorities, they won't believe you because of your disability. We'll just say it like that, because that's a nice way to say it. That little girl is right here tonight. I guarantee you she's watching right now. That little girl has a lot of courage. That little girl stood up to that man and went to court and fought that man. And all they did to him is suspend him from the force. He never did jail time. He never got any kind of repercussion. All he got was suspended from the force. Here's the thing about Paul. Paul looks awfully like the picture of the man who killed Molly Bish. In fact, he looks so much so like the picture that his own daughter, when she seen the picture, she says, why is my father in the paper? That gentleman is still in this neighborhood. I don't think he's going to be comfortable for much longer. I don't know. That's just an inkling. Just an inkling. Any which way, piece of shit scumbag Paul doesn't deserve to be around. And what he did to that girl is unforgivable. And because he was a police officer, he got the slide. Now, is he the one that killed Tammy? I mean, it's a possibility. It's still up in the air. Anybody could have done this. All I have is theory. But we got multiple sexual predators that lived right there on her street that were getting away with murder, literally. It's fucked up, man. There's some fucked up shit. Anyways, I've been yapping too much. I think we should get more into this on a later date. I need to go through some of the footage that I have. I do have the video still. The video is I believe on the Hell's Acres spot. I believe he did something with that video. I stopped making videos after my incident in St. Augustine. It took me out of videos for a while. So but I still kept doing work to try to figure out this Tammy thing. I'll never quit. I'll never give up on Tammy, ever. I can't. When I started using the spirit box, she came through to me. Like, I can't forget that. I can't just let that go. It'll never happen. And then another thing, I'll never cower to these fucking scumbags. I'll step right on them every chance I get. I hope you have a blessed day. It's your boy Lou Rock. Pinkies up, bitches. Much love. Thank you for hanging out with me. You know, if you guys, I don't know, maybe call Springfield Police Department and ask them if you guys are as angry as I am. It just seems like they don't want to do anything. And now Mr. Lynds is gone. I don't think they ever will. I don't think they'll ever be pushed to do so. Well, it's bedtime for me. I get up at 4 in the morning every day. Hope you all have a great night. Keep an eye out for your boy Lou. I'll be doing live streams soon enough. Much love.